Hey, how we doing out there? It's Dr. Matt Eichler here at Cypress Creek Chiropractic. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about posture, all right? I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the most common postural faults that I see when I'm adjusting patients, when I'm examining patients, and all those things. And then talk about a few just quick fix, easy, I mean, it's never a quick fix, but just some easy exercises that we can start to incorporate into our days if we're having some of these issues, okay? So the first one I want to talk about is the forward head posture. We hear about this all the time, right? The tech neck, the forward head, kind of droopy, slouchy posture, all right? That posture is very detrimental for a number of different reasons, but every inch forward your head goes, it doubles the pressure or the weight of your head, which is about 8 to 10 pounds, about the weight of a bowling ball, on the mechanical structures of your neck, so the discs and the facet joints, and it can really just start to create a lot of muscular imbalance. So forward head posture looks a little bit like this, and you've seen that person, right? So what we need to do is start to bring that head back over the shoulders, okay? And it's not head extension, it's retraction of the neck, okay? So what we want to do is do this chin tuck like this, and then what happens here is the muscular imbalance happens is we get really tight in the suboccipital area, and the deep neck flexors just kind of turn off. Those are supposed to bring your head back. Okay, so the head needs to come back here like this. So a simple exercise that we can do is called a chin tuck with a suboccipital stretch, okay? So it would just be a chin straight back like this, and then you'll just pull the head straight forward like that, all right? And as that opens that up, you're gonna feel a lot less tension in the back of the neck and even into the shoulders and everything else. So really awesome exercise, just a chin tuck with a suboccipital stretch. So back and then here. Okay, and that's going to really prevent that head droopy forward posture, okay? The next one is called the anterior shoulders, or I call it the gym bro shoulders, okay? We work the chest too much, the shoulders roll forward like this, and then we get this huge imbalance where our front of our body is super tight and the back is super kind of elongated and stretched. So we need to bring the shoulders back and down. So if I go from the side here, the shoulders need to kind of rotate externally and back and down like this. And you can see how that brings the chin back too, okay? So this is kind of the correct posture instead of this, right? So some simple exercises we can do for that one are, my favorite is just kind of like an overhead chest stretch with like a band or something like this. You could do this with a belt. It doesn't really stretch like this does, but you could do this just overhead exercise all the way over, just like this. And you'll see when I come up here, because I don't have the mobility, I have to stretch the band a little bit. Okay, and from the side, you can see here as well, I come all the way over. I do about 30 repetitions of that, and that really stretches those shoulders out. And then, one of my favorite ones to do to kind of start to lock the shoulders back like that is called a banded pull apart. So I'm going to do it like this first. And you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades like this, down and back, just like that. So this would be more of a mobility thing. This would be more of a scapular stability thing to keep those shoulders down and back, okay? Really important exercise to start to correct that posture. The third one I want to talk about is the anterior pelvic tilt, okay? Where your pelvis starts to kind of dump forward, tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings, tight back extensors, and this can be a real problem for your low back down the road, okay? I see it with so many patients. So a very simple exercise for the anterior pelvic tilt would be a simple psoas stretch. My favorite is called the couch stretch, okay? I'm going to pretend this chair is my couch. I'm going to put one foot back here, hold that just like that, and I'm going to put my knee on the couch cushion and just lean forward like this and let that stretch that hip flexor right there, okay? That really, really starts to open up this position here and bring it back into a neutral position. The next thing that happens with the anterior pelvic tilt is that these hip flexors get so tight that our glutes stop doing the work that they need to do, okay? Your glutes are the biggest, most powerful, one of the most important muscles in your body, okay? Those need to be firing correctly and working all right, or else we start to destabilize the low back and it gets messy from there. And then I have to fix you, okay? So yeah, 3 really cool exercises, or I guess maybe more than 3 there, right? Wasn't it? So try to incorporate some of those if you're starting to feel some of those postural kind of faults happening to yourself, and you're going to be in a much better situation. Probably not going to need as much chiropractic or physiotherapy or massage therapy or all those things that a lot of people rely on instead of just correcting the underlying issue, okay? So hopefully you got something out of that, and we'll see you next time when we do another video.